everybody. Welcome into the Westwood Living Podcast Network. Tom Leyden with you. I'm actually pretty excited about this one because I don't get the opportunity to speak with our Artists of the Month every month because our great content coordinator, Diana Bezdadanu, actually does most of the work related to our Artist of the Month program. But I do get the opportunity this month, and it's Sandria Chen, who is a junior at Westwood High, and I have just been blown away by seeing her artwork for the first time. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. That is so sweet. I really appreciate being chosen for this month's Artist of the Month.
Well, I think it's really important to show a wide range of things that Westwood is good at. And there's no question we have a ton of amazing artists of all ages. Mm-hmm. And an artist can be anything. It could be a musician, it could be a singer, it could be somebody who's an unbelievable drawer or painter as you are. So as people get to know you as an artist, do you have a go-to? Clearly you're gifted and people can see some of your work, but where did it start? Where did your passion for art start?
Well, I always have been drawing since I was very little. I have this photo from when I was probably 3 or 4 where I drew Dora, and honestly, watching TV shows as a child kind of motivated me, and my uncle as well, and he's one of my greatest motivators. But around middle school-ish, I stopped doing art, and now in high school is when I'm starting to do art again, especially for APs.
Yeah, amazing. You are in the AP program, and I know part of the AP program is that you do put a portfolio together, and that portfolio, if I'm not mistaken, has to follow a theme. Is that the concept?
It's more so like developing your skills, but I decided to have a theme for mine.
And what's your theme?
So it's about how I'm living life and experiencing life as a shorter girl, I guess. My point of view from my perspective is warped because I'm 4'10", and I go through different things just because I'm shorter than most of my peers. And my sister actually is 5'9", and I'm...
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. And my middle school brother is actually already the same height-ish as my sister, almost.
But nonetheless, you have been able to express yourself through art in a really incredible way. So just take us through a couple of the paintings that we're looking at, what you're using in terms of materials and what you're aiming to achieve in terms of what you're putting on canvas.
So before this year, actually, I started with colored pencil and marker. I would go in with a base color of alcohol-based markers, and then I would go over with shading and highlighting certain aspects with colored pencils. And this year, because colored pencils is a very intricate device and technique, I decided that I have to work a little bit faster, so I started experimenting with oil paints, and this is my first time. And yeah, I think I'm very proud of how it's going so far.
Well, we have a work in progress that we're looking at right now, and tell me specifically what this represents, because I see an empty face in the middle.
Yeah, this is a work in progress, and it's about how, since I'm so short and tiny, I have to always be the default middle seat. And in this painting, my friends are literally sitting on top of me, and I'm squished. And so I decided to put a lot of details, there's a bag in this corner and another bag in this corner, just to show how cramped the space is.
But you fit so snugly.
Yeah.
Isn't that the story of your life? But there's others too. I like the one where you're at an amusement park.
Yeah.
And that's super fascinating to me. So it's a little bit of a self-portrait, or no?
Yeah, it's from when I was a child. That's actually a real photo of me as a child, but I'm just standing against a wall. I thought it would just be funny if I just barely almost didn't reach the green. And yeah.
So you obviously have to be a certain height to get on a ride, and these are the things that as a person who's 6'3", I've never had to deal with. So I understand that we all have our own challenges. Now there's a third one here where everyone is wearing the forest green shirts. What's that about?
So green is the color of envy, and that's actually my sister. She was modeling for me, and always growing up I was taller than her, but then eventually she overgrew me and I'm always staring at her now. And for this piece I wanted to show the importance of facial expressions and how that can convey certain meanings to how you're viewed and how you look to other people.
So is that measuring tape?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you have measuring tape entwined there, which is incredible. Behind you is an unbelievable piece. When did you do that?
That was actually, I think, the first piece that we did this year in art.
And what are you working with there? Is that charcoal? What is
Yeah,
that?
it is.
Unbelievable.
Thank you. So this one didn't really have a meaning. It was just, I called it Feathered Air in one of my submissions because I posted it to Scholastics. And this is a room in my house where there's like a feathered lamp, and the project was actually called Interior Moods, and we had to find a place in your home or outdoors that gave off a certain vibe. And I just thought that this room looked really moody.
Yeah, it's amazing. Great use of different lighting, which is incredibly tough when you're talking about charcoal. So what do you like about art? What draws you to being an artist? Because you said you gave it up for a little bit, but then you were sucked back in here in high school. So what was it about that appeal that brought you back to art?
Honestly, I don't know. I thought it would be fun to get back into it again because I needed to find some hobbies that resonated with me, and I don't do sports or anything. So I just thought that art would be fun to get back into.
So a little bit different than in years past. We're not going to have, I guess, a big festival as we have before, but
Yeah.
Where are people going to have the opportunity to see what you've created?
Through my Instagram.
Boom. Go ahead. Let's hear it. How do people follow you?
My handle is Sandria X, SANDRIAX. And, well, we do have a feature exhibit coming up, but it's not as grand as it's usually presented.
So you're on a schedule to get your AP portfolio done by May, is that right? So once that's done, hopefully we get a chance to see these. Future, what are you thinking about for the future? Is this something now that you've had more exposure to art that you would like to have be a continuous part of what you do moving forward?
I don't think I would pursue art, but I think it would be fun for my free time. And I'm probably going to make my kids take art classes.
Yeah, no question. Of course you should. But one thing you mentioned that really jumped out to me is that you used to watch Dora and you drew Dora. And who was her cousin? Come on. I'm drawing a blank.
Diego.
Yeah, Diego, right. Of course I should have remembered that. Do you have any interest in animation?
I did think about it in middle school, but I don't know. That's just not something I'm very passionate about.
Not yet, at least. You never know. Listen, you're young. You got plenty of opportunities in front of you. Congratulations for being our featured artist of March.
Thank you.
I think it's really cool that we even do this feature every month, and the fact that we get to meet new artists and learn about their inspiration and what really motivates them is a very cool thing. So it's my honor to meet you.
Thank you.
Great job with all of this work, and welcome to the Westwood Living family, and we'll be featuring you in our March issue.
It was nice meeting you too.
That's Sandria Chen. You can follow her at Sandria X on Instagram, and we'll see those numbers skyrocket after we do this podcast. So really appreciate your time. And as always, if anybody has an idea of somebody else I should have a conversation with, send me an email, tleyden@bestversionmedia.com. Of course, we'll find that person, have a conversation, and share it with you right here on the Westwood Living Podcast Network. But for now, from inside one of the very impressive art rooms at Westwood High School, I'm Tom Leyden. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.